This Math in Minute video is on composite functions using graphs. The definition of a composite function is a function created when one function is used as the input value for another function. In this example below, you can see g is a function with the input value of 3, and f is an outside function that will use the result of function g. So here I'm showing you two ways of writing a composite function. Here we have f of function g with the input of 3, and it can also be written as f with a parentheses with the g function with the input of 3 inside of function f. So in green is our inner function g, and on the outside in red is our outer function, which is f. There are basically two steps to solve a composite function. The first is you're going to solve the inner function, and in our example that would be g, and you would get an answer g. Secondly, you would take that answer g and put it in as the input for function f, and then you would get a result. So we're going to do composite functions using a graph. So it's important to know that your x-coordinate is going to be your input and your y-coordinate is going to be your output. Let's say our input is 8. So I go along the x-axis and I find 8, and I'm going to go up to see where my graph hits 8 as my x-coordinate. And I can see my y-coordinate, which is going to be my output, is 5. So again, my input was along the x-axis. I find where my graph hits it, which is at this point here, and I go to where my y-axis is, and it says that's at 5. So that would be my output. So that's how we would use the graphs. So let's go ahead and try some problems. So again, here are two ways to write the function. So f of g of 3. So we're going to solve the inner, which is the function g with the input of 3. So what we're going to do is go along our x-axis here, 2, 3, and we're going to see this green line is our g function, where it hits. So it hits down here, and we go over to our y-axis, and that says -5. So g of 3 is equal to -5. So we're going to plug that in our f function. So now we are going to look for function f at -5. -5 is here, and we're looking at function f, which is this red line. So we're going to go down here where it hits at -8. So the answer to f of g of 3 is equal to -8. Let's do another one. So here we have h of f of -3. So we're going to do the inner one first. So f of -3, we're going to go find our f function, and -3 is right here. 1, 2, 3. So the value of f of -3 is equal to 0. So we're going to plug that 0 in to our h function. So if we see where x is 0 in 2 spots, so our answer is going to be at 2 and at 7. So let's try another one. This is g of function g -2. So it's a function within itself. So let's go to g, and we're going to do the inner g. Let's go find -2, which is here, and that is 0. G of -2 equals 0. So then we're going to plop in g of 0, and what does that equal? So when x is 0, y is -2. So our answer would be g of negative 2 is equal to negative 2. So that's how you do composite functions using a graph. Any math topics you would like me to cover, please leave in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, share, and we'll see you next time.